NBA Power Rankings. Who's number one? Who's at the bottom? We'll find out in a moment. What is up, NBA fans? Shout out to my San Antonio Spurs fans. Welcome to TSR Sports. And USA Today released their NBA Power Rankings post-free agency and draft. And I thought, you know what? Let's do a live reaction to this. I haven't seen any of the results. But before I do so, I want to give some predictions. If you want to play along, drop a prediction before we look at the rankings. Here we go. I think the Thunder are still going to be number one. They're the defending NBA champions. Nothing's really changed on the roster. If anything, they're adding players. Last year's draft pick Nikola Topic, who was out with the ACL, and Thomas Sorber this year. Who knows how much playing time either will get, but their depth just got deeper. As far as the other teams that will move up, I think the Atlanta Hawks will jump up. They made some nice moves in the offseason. And they also added Kristaps Porzingis. Not sure how many games he'll play, but when he's there, he should help the team. The Spurs fan, I hate to say it, I think the Atlanta Hawks are probably going to be a top 12 ranked team in this ranking. The Houston Rockets, I think they were better than expected last year. I don't think anybody had them ranked in the top 5. I think they're going to be possibly number 2 in this ranking. As far as teams that will drop, the Indiana Pacers are an obvious one. Tyrese Halliburton out for the year. Miles Turner lost in free agency. I see the Pacers dropping to 18 to 20. And also staying in the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics, no Jason Tatum next year. They lost Drew Holiday, and they already mentioned Kristaps Porzingis. I see the Celtics being a little better than the Pacers, but dropping to 16 to 18. And as far as my own team, the San Antonio Spurs, right around the middle, right around 15. So I'll say they'll be ranked between 14 and 16. And as far as the worst team, I'm going to go with the Brooklyn Nets. They drafted 5 players in the first round. I don't know what they're doing over there, so I'm just going to go with the Nets as the worst team on this NBA Power Ranking. Let's get into it. Here comes number 1. Oh my gosh, the Oklahoma City Thunder are number 1. Who saw that coming? Everybody. Who's number 2? The Houston Rockets. Yep, no surprise. They say the Houston Rockets shoved all their chips onto the center of the table. They added Kevin Durant, Clint Capella, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Reach deals to bring back Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith Jr., Steven Adams, Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green, and Jayshawn Tate. Yeah, they're giving up players. Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore. They're all in. The Kevin Durant window to win is short. They're going in all in now. Rockets number 2. Who could number 3 be? Could we stay in the Western Conference? Kind of curious where the Mavericks are going to land with Cooper Flag. We're going to the Eastern Conference. Who's the best in the Eastern Conference now with the shakeups? The Knicks, the Cavs? Who is it? Denver Nuggets. Actually, we have a twofer here. They have the Nuggets at number 3 and the Knicks right there at number 4. So the Knicks as the front runner, as the best team in the Eastern Conference. We're not even Nikola Jokic on the team. Hard to say the Nuggets are not going to be top 5. Jonas Valanciunas, that's a story to watch. Will he stay with the Nuggets or will he leave the country? Number 5, there's the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Clippers at number 6. Okay. My other predictions aren't for a while, so we'll start going through this. The Timberwolves, number 7. There's the Lakers. I had the Lakers on the thumbnail. LeBron James, Luka Doncic. They also added DeAndre Ayton. Who the heck knows what we're going to get with Ayton? I think the Lakers are going to be a fun team to watch offensively. I also think they're going to be a mess to watch defensively, which will make them fun to watch. All right, I was wrong on this one. They have the Boston Celtics at number 9. The Celtics made final decisions by trading KP and Drew Holiday, but let's see how free agency unfolds and what the Celtics add beyond Anthony Simons and George Niang in trades with Portland and Atlanta. I think that's too high for Boston. Losing 2 core elements of their championship team, the core players, if you will, no Jason Tatum. You're going to be asking a lot of Jaylen Brown. I don't like the Celtics that high. But, this is just an opinion piece. This is definitely not fact. You have the Pistons at number 10. Nice. Congrats, Pistons fans. They have done an amazing job with the rebuild. Number 11, the Golden State Warriors. You got Steph Curry, getting older. Jimmy Buckets. All right, that makes sense. Warriors 11. Wow, the Pacers at number 12. Am I underrating the Pacers? Losing Miles Turner hurts, especially to a conference and division rival like Milwaukee. Tyrese Halliburton's Achilles injury sustained in the semifinals leave the Pacers down starters. But 12? That high? This is crazy. In my opinion. Orlando Magic at 13. They brought in Desmond. I can't break your spirit. I'll break your back. Bane. Yeah, that happened. Magic at 13. All right, I almost nailed it. I said the Spurs at 15 and would finish around 14 to 16, so I guess I did nail it with my own team. There they have 14. The San Antonio Spurs were quiet in free agency, adding Luke Cornett to bolster front court depth, but they didn't need to be loud. They have a young and dynamic core, particularly guard, with plenty of players who can feed Victor Wembanyama. Okay, I said 15. I gave a range. They're right there at the range of 14 to 16. That sounds about right. I think they'll be a playoff team or late playing team, and I see them winning their playing game and getting into the playoffs. Memphis Grizzlies, how the mighty have fallen. Grizzlies down to 15. The Bucks at 16. I was just thinking about them. The Milwaukee Bucks waived Damian Lillard and traded Pat Connaughton, but added Miles Turner, Gary Harris, and Vaseline Micic, and re-signed Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Torres, Taurean Prince, Ryan Rollins, Jericho Sims, and Gary Trent Jr. Will that prove enough to keep Giannis happy with the Bucks? If Giannis can stay healthy, that should be a devastating front court of Turner and Giannis. 16, I think, is a little too low. This one I'm surprised at. I had the Hawks as a top 12 team, and they have them ranked at 17. They made solid moves, traded for KP, drafted Asa Newell, which I thought that was a home run. I thought Newell dropped farther in the draft than, well, on my draft board. They also brought in NAW, NAW, and Luke Kennard. Is it enough to make a serious push for one of the top seeds in the East? I think so. I do. I mentioned the Dallas Mavericks just a little while ago. They got Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg. That will be fun to watch. A big question mark there is what version of D'Angelo Russell are they going to get, and how long until Kyrie Irving's able to play, and will he be the same player he was post-knee injury? Time will tell. All right, we're getting close to the bottom 10 in the NBA rankings. Number 19, the Miami Heat. The Bulls at 20. Any other predictions I have left? Just the Nets being number 30. Everything else is done. 76ers at 21. Now, the 76ers are a giant question mark because you look at the roster and they should be a playoff team, but how many games are you going to get at Joel Embiid? Are you going to get 60? Are you going to get 40? Are you going to get 20? Giant question marks on that 76ers team. But I do like VJ Edgecombe with them. I think he's going to be a really fun player to watch this year. Raptors at 22. The Kings. Man, the Kings just, what a dysfunctional franchise. I mean, you tried Fox and Sabonis and company. It didn't work. The Spurs now have De'Aaron Fox. But you make trades and you bring in what wasn't working with the Chicago Bulls and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. I don't get what they're doing in Sacramento. Yeah, I think this is actually ranked a little low based on their talent, but I don't see them playing very well. Phoenix Suns at 24. Yeah, they're in a weird spot right now. Bradley Beal's contract. Are they going to buy him out? They got to get out of it. He has no trade clause. He's not performing up to his $50+ million a year. I like what they're doing at the center position, but it's tough. Washington Wizards. All right, I had them initially bottom 3 in my head. They have them bottom at 25. All right. Seeing the Portland Trailblazers down at 26, they've kind of gone. I don't want to say all in, but bringing in Drew Holiday. I don't know. Why is DeAndre Ayton listed there? Blazers certainly are big with 3 7-footers. Donovan Clingan, DeAndre Ayton, and is it Hudson Yang or Yang Hudson? But DeAndre Ayton's not there anymore. So this must have been written right before the free agency trade, and they updated it for the Lakers. We forgot to update the Blazers, or didn't care about the Blazers. I don't know what they're doing. Drafting Yang at 16, I thought was not the. I mean, financially, it might be a great move selling a ton of jerseys, but as far as a basketball roster move, didn't love it. Trading for Drew Holiday feels more like a win now move, and they're certainly not a win now. So the Blazers, I don't get it. Pelicans are another giant question mark. Is Zion Williamson going to play 60 games, 40 games, or 20? Just like Embiid, who the hell knows what you're going to get with him? I don't think it's a good time to be a Pelicans fan at the moment. The Nets are 28. All right. There's the bottom 3 teams right there. Okay, I was a little off on the Nets. I said 30th. My range has been 3, so I would have been 28 to 30. Okay. The Utah Jazz, I wanted to put them last, but I thought, looking at the roster, if Markin can stay healthy, that's a big if, that they might be a little better. It should be better than they were last year, not the worst team in the league again. I didn't think they'd be at that. I guess 20 to 30 makes sense for the Jazz. So the Hornets, I'm shocked the Charlotte Hornets. I really like what they did in the draft. The Hornets acquired Colin Sexton in a trade with Utah and Pat Connaughton in a trade with Milwaukee and added Mason Plumlee, Trey Mann, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Charlotte also had a solid draft. I thought they had a great draft. Con Knipple at 4, Liam McNeely I thought was a great pick at 29, and Ryan Kalkbrenner at number 34 in an attempt to boost its rebuild. Now this is another team with a injury history. If they can all stay healthy, I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the NBA, but they do have some young players there that might not be ready for prime time, so who the heck knows? I mean, we've seen it time and time again, NBA fans, Spurs fans, these NBA power rankings before the season starts, the Pistons, their turnaround has happened much quicker than most people expected. The Rockets were better than advertised last year. As I mentioned, NBA season, there's been a lot of movement. We could still see a lot more movement before the season starts, but I'm excited for the season. Looking forward to Summer League. Going to get to see Dylan Harper finally make his debut Thursday night for the Spurs. I'm going to catch Bronny tonight. I'll be live for the Lakers and the Spurs at 10 p.m. Eastern. My first, Bronny's been playing well in the G League from what I've heard, so there's that. Be curious to check him out tonight. And yeah, it was just fun doing this. Definitely some surprises. My question to you is, were you surprised where USA Today has some of the teams ranked? Were there some teams you thought were too high, too low, or are they just nailed? And for the Spurs fans that are watching, because I know you are, do you think they have our Spurs where they should be at 14? That's where I had them. That's where they had them. In my opinion, that seems about right. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to become part of our awesome sports community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go. Go Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants